Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Scared2Before here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Medieval Town. We're on episode 2 of this series, and going ahead and moving into building a few storefront buildings right here on basically the main road that's going to be wrapped around our small harbor that we're going to have on the town. Now, we just built up about 3 houses up here. We have a small little shop here, which has some different pots or some different, I guess you can kind of related to a kind of a pottery shop, and it also has some rugs and stuff like that that the store is selling. And then we also have a second shop that goes up, which is kind of a herb or like a spice type of market place. So the kind of design behind it is having a market in the front of the house, and then the family that owns the market lives in the house directly behind it. And these are some of kind of our more wealthier family members, or basically members of this town, which are kind of living in a little bit nicer houses compared to the rest of the community, which when we get into like the farmers and the peasant areas, will be living in kind of more cottage-like type designs. So yeah, we have some good building going on here, and kind of get a good look at what the design choice of the city overall is really going to look like. I'm going to go and leave you guys to enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I'll see you guys after it to go ahead and take a good in-depth little look at what is built in this time lapse. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I'll see you guys shortly. Alright guys, hope you all enjoyed that little time lapse. A little bit of a quicker one. I'm kind of trying to keep the time lapses a little bit shorter and trying to include a little bit more in them. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the length, and hopefully it was good length. I think about 3 minutes for a time lapse, and building as much as we did is pretty good, and I think really was a good amount of time for what we had going on here. Anyways, what we built in the time lapse, to kind of summarize it, was basically 3 buildings. One, basically all 3 being houses, with 2 being kind of more of a merchant house. Now these houses are kind of designed to be more of the wealthier people of the town, so these would be merchants or something of that sort that are selling maybe some exotic goods, some import goods, something like that. Some kind of, some kind of really profitable type of goods coming into the city. And not all of the city is going to be this style. Definitely want to break it up, and we'll kind of see a little bit of a preview of what I mean exactly by that. Now, again, this is the kind of waterfront property, so I thought building some nice market stalls in this area would have been a perfect, kind of integration of having our dock right here and then having our merchants right next to the dock where all the import goods and stuff like that would be coming off the ships and going straight to the markets to be sold. So anyways, we're going to be going ahead and focusing in on this area. There's plenty of stuff around, but those all will be coming in future time-lapse videos. But anyways, kind of what's really been added on here is the addition of this walkway here and this little bit of a seawall, which raises up the city off of the basically sea level, and allows us to kind of put these nice docks and have basically just overall a nice general kind of dock-like area. Now, this area is just one of the several docks that are going to be located in this area. This area is going to be dedicated more to large, kind of like the larger ships, not like super large, but basically your more merchant type vessels. And then over here on this side being dedicated to more of like small fishing boats. So that's kind of the plan with all of that and how we're kind of planning this area around. So over here, we're obviously going to have a lot more of the wealthier merchants and a lot of kind of commerce in this area. Now, starting off with, we have our one house right here. Real simple design. These are all designed to be kind of townhouses, so very cramped together, very confined, and all the details are not finalized on them. There are still some bits and pieces here that I need to add just to kind of spruce up the detail a little bit on them. But I do think that they are a very good start for our little kind of market front properties here. Now, you know, we have small little gardens here since these are wealthier individuals of society. They have their own little gardens, this house being one of them. So just a simple little house here, really nice. And then we go ahead and we start to get into our market stalls. Now this one right here, as I mentioned, the time-lapse is kind of like a pottery type of salesperson, or basically somebody that is selling basically barrels, or not really barrels, but like cauldrons, like pots and stuff like that. So you can see kind of some various uses here, some you know, different stuff going on. And they also have a few rugs that they're selling, so some exotic rugs, and for some reason they have a World War II German flag here as well they're selling. It must have been put on by somebody here recently on the server. But yeah, overall looking really nice and really detailed, pretty simple. Then we come to the house behind it. It's pretty simple, again, nothing too crazy. And I must say that building with campfires, I never realized how nice of a block these campfires really are. And man, do they really add, you know, something with the smoke and stuff like that in that environment. It creates a really actually like alive type community feel with these actual fireplaces and smoke coming up. But anyways, next to it we have kind of my favorite building out of the three, and this right here is a kind of corner building that is actually a kind of herbs and spices merchant. So obviously this person is probably wealthy, selling some exotic spices and stuff like that. So as you can see here, we have some different type of spices and stuff like that they are selling here at their little kind of market front property here, and overall pretty cool. So I think it's pretty cool little you know, addition. We have all of our herbs hanging or placed out for you know, basically shoppers to walk by and see and maybe pick something up. And also they have their own little garden, but instead of growing their own food, they're actually growing some spices of themselves. So they have some different you know, mixtures of different saplings and all that kind of stuff to basically create a little bit of like a spice farm that they have growing here in their backyard. So pretty cool. And there's also a little shed here, which is pretty cool as well. Really simple little design there, and some clothesline here with some rugs or some clothing or something like that hanging up on the clothesline, which looks really nice. And the back here of these buildings, again, not fully complete, as you can see, pretty plain here. But once we kind of figure out what to do with the rest of the structure here, or rest of the structures around this area, we can kind of get a better idea what we want to do on the back here. But for the moment, they're pretty much just standing still, or staying like that for the time being. But yeah, overall, a really nice, you know, overall look to this little area, and I really do like the combination of these three houses here. And that right there is going to pretty much sum up what was built here in this episode. Next episode, we'll be going ahead and taking a look at the Blacksmith located over there. A really fun build. I actually really love the way it came out, and I cannot wait to show you guys all the little intricate little details and stuff I put actually in the Blacksmith's smithing area, as I think it does a really good job of kind of capturing a look of a medieval type of like blacksmith. And again, you know, kind of give you guys a little bit of a preview of what's to come. Some really nice scenery and all that stuff going on out there. So really loving it. So far the town's going along really well. I also want to go ahead and thank those that helped in this episode. That would be DerekFrostWestbrook, EnderIsHere, and Undetectable 34. So the big thanks to those guys again for helping out with this episode, and also Heil Kaiser, almost forgot as well. But yeah, their names will be linked in the description as well. So thanks again guys for the help, and thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you have any specific ideas or cool features you think I should add to this map, be sure to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be very interested to hear what you guys have to say and even explore some of those ideas. And that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Jerick 204, and I'll see you guys next time.